versus West Ham at the London Stadium. It's a festive football fixture, and the lineups are out. There's been some mad changes to the starting 11, which we definitely want to dive into. But just very quickly, before we do that, Connor, Shreyas, are we looking forward to this game, yes or no?
No, not at all.
No.
No, after seeing that lineup, probably
No.
not. It's a little bit mad, isn't it? Yeah, so, right, we'll go through the lineup and then we'll discuss the specifics, right? So for Manchester United, lining up today at West Ham, we have Andre Onana in net. No Diego Dalot because he got a suspension against Liverpool, a ridiculous suspension. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes back into the team. You have Johnny Evans, 35 years old, experienced.
Yeah.
And we have Rafael. No, we don't have Rafael Varane. We have Kambwala, a youngster who's making his first senior debut, I believe, because I haven't seen him in the team before, against West Ham in the Premier League, which is a big, big shout. So I'm very interested to see how this youngster gets on today. Eric Ten Hag obviously likes him, or he obviously thinks, well, who the fuck else have we got? Because I think Lindelof's having groin surgery.
Bennett is on the bench. Reece Bennett.
That's crazy. So Kambwala goes in at centre back. He's probably nervous as fuck. Luke Shaw at left back, and you've got Kobe Mainoo, who, according to reports today, was apparently dropped. Not dropped, but like wasn't in the team or something along the lines of that. He is in the team, but he's with McTominay and Bruno, so no Amrabat. And then you've got Anthony, Højlund, and Garnacho as your front three. So Shreyas, just kick us off with your first initial thoughts when you saw that lineup, please.
Yeah, this is a very, very, I would say, weak lineup if I have to compare it to West Ham's now. Varane's got an illness, so we've got an academy player actually making his debut at an away stadium against West Ham, who I think have been doing very, very well in their past few fixtures. It will be very, very difficult for him to actually match up to, the attackers that West Ham have got right now. And I just hope that he has a decent outing today. I think the midfield once again is very, very imbalanced. If McTominay or Bruno, I really hope McTominay is the one who draws back, because Bruno draws back and does a decent job, but McTominay, when he's progressing forward, offers nothing. So I think if there is a bit more shape and compactness to our midfield, maybe we can still have a bit of a decent performance. I think the attack, once again, you can just wish for things to be right. Wish Anthony has a decent game, wish Garnacho has a decent game, wish Højlund actually gets anything to actually feed off.
Yeah, absolutely. Connor, we'll dive into the specifics. And everyone who's joining, because there's more and more people jumping in the chat, get your opinions in. Let us know how you feel about that starting 11, if you're any more confident or any less. And the same question goes to you, Connor, as well. How are you feeling, mate?
Yeah. I'm very nervy, obviously now, because I thought, we all thought Varane and Evans were going to be the ones starting today. It's saying here that this is United's 10th centre-back pairing this season now, with Kambwala. So crazy. Doesn't help us any bit, but you know what? We just got to try and back the lad, and hopefully he does well today, because it's going to be a tough game. It's pretty much a full strength lineup for West Ham, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apart from one defender. So it's going to be tough. I think I'm happy that Mainoo's in there in the midfield, just to keep it a bit more compact. But I'm just a bit more worried about the McTominay side, in case, because we all know he's a bit of a passenger at times, so he'll probably leave him hanging. But, Bruno will probably come in and help him if needed. But that might be the difficult thing for Højlund now. It's because, Bruno will probably be everywhere again, trying to help out. And then Højlund's just left there, trying to hope for, a chance, which we all know we've struggled to give him that time. So, really hoping we can just do a job and get a win, hopefully. But I'm not confident, I don't think.
Well, like you said, you've got to back the lads in it. I mean, there's a lot of youth players, youngsters in that team, kind of blended with experience. So I'd like to see the average age of the squad. Because Garnacho's, 18, 19? Højlund's 20, 21. Anthony's 21. Kobe Mainoo's 18. And then you obviously got McTominay and Bruno alongside him. It was 26, 29, I think Bruno is. Luke Shaw's, I think, 28-ish. Kambwala, he's got to be young, right? Is it 18 years old?
He's 19, I think.
Yeah, Johnny Evans is old enough to be Kambwala's dad. That's how young Kambwala is. Quite literally, he is old enough to be his dad, pretty much. Crazy. So he's going to need that super experienced head alongside him.
Yeah, the average age of our team is 25.2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So young, it's a young team. Right, we'll dive into West Ham's because they've put a pretty strong team out. So we got Areola in net, the famous nipple goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Boufal at right back. You've got Zuma, the cat kicker at centre back. You've got I can't even say this name. We're ready. Mavropanos. Mavropanos.
Yeah.
Everyone knows exactly who I mean. He's Greek. That's all you need to worry about. Emerson at left back, and then you've got Souček, Alvarez, and Ward-Prowse in the midfield. And Kudos, Bowen, Paqueta. Shreyas, that front three is the scary bit about that team, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a very scary front three because they're very versatile in their approach. Paqueta is very versatile. Kudus is very versatile. And I think they make Bowen's job a lot more easier when he's playing through the middle. I just really hope that Kambwala has a decent outing today because I think when they look at this lineup, West Ham will be looking that in that United 11, what's the one area where you can exploit them the most? And I would say centrally, they can actually have a very decent outing today because Evans is 35 years old, so he doesn't really have that amount of pace. Kamwala, I haven't really seen much of to actually form an opinion about him. So they'll be looking and saying, just keep on crossing or just keep on playing through balls through the middle and get the ball through Bowen. Because I think the kind of pace Bowen has, it can actually hurt us a lot at the back. And I think both their wingers will be actually looking to play more centrally because I think Luke Shaw can have a very decent game against Kudus. So I think Kudus will be playing more inwards. Wan Bissaka as well defensively is very sound. So I hope that he has a decent outing against Paqueta. I think that centre back partnership is something West Ham will be actually looking to exploit. And if our midfield is once again all over the place, I think Onana will have a lot to do today.
Yeah. I'm looking at the thing here. 5 out of the 10 outfield starters for United today are academy graduates. Mainu, Garnacho, Kambwala, McTominay, and Johnny Evans as well. So from that side, it's nice to see, I suppose. But sticking with West Ham, Connor, you mentioned James Ward-Prowse when we did the preview for this. Is that something to worry about as well? The set pieces, corners as well, dangerous delivery on it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ward-Prowse, that's the master of his game, is that set pieces, even with free kicks. It's like if we give away a free kick around the edge of the box, it's like it's nervy. It's like he's got all those goals in a minute to like get it in. So I think we could, we could deal with height in that box when the corners are coming in. So hopefully McTominay will probably be useful in that. But obviously we could have done with Maguire or Varane or whatever. But this is an opportunity for our players to step up, and especially for the young lad as well to try and take that opportunity and relish with it. So if we can keep tight in the box and we deal with those set pieces, because we're going to have a lot to deal with today, I think. And so if we can deal with that, I'm sure we'll be fine. But it's just how we start. If we start nervy, then it might be a long game.
I think what worries me the most probably is physicality. You look at some of the youngsters that are in there. West Ham are a physical team. They can make it really tough for players like Souček, like you said, with the set pieces and stuff. I think that's what worries me a lot. Then you look at our bench, okay? So Reguilon, Bayende, Mabry, Pellistri, Bennett, Eriksson, Sofyan Amrabat, Rashford, and Van der Beek. Now that's why I think it's interesting, because I would 100% either put Amrabat or Eriksson in that midfield with McTominay. Maybe he's put McTominay in for the reasons that we spoke about, lads, on the preview when we were saying, like, usually when we play a fucking Burnley or anyone like that, they always go with them kind of players. Like, we play Matic, we play McTominay, bit of height about him, bit of physicality. But I think the midfield, again, as I think Sam put in the chat, is going to get cut open. I really do. Because their midfield, like you said, Trey, I think it was Souček, Alvarez, and Ward-Prowse. We will get cut open. Unless Mainu has the game of his life. And it's not even down to his raw ability. It's just down to the fact that he's going to have so much space to... that stadium's big as well. It's a big pitch, the London Stadium. So I feel like he's going to get isolated in certain situations. You can have Paqueta and Bowen causing all kind of problems, switching over Kudus as well. Because Kudus can move into a 10. He can move out to I think they're going to cause so many problems today on the transition, and that's what fucking worries me. But we'll get into a few comments because I appreciate there's loads of comments. So let's have a look. Kambwala is United's Chaiwalala. Shreyas will get this. Do you get that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Fair enough. If you do, then that's all right. How can you give debut to a kid at an away game against decent opponents without a defensive midfielder covering him, Erik ten Hag is an idiot. Starting McTominay against a club which wanted him. I think it's very strong words about the manager. What's your reaction to that, Shreyas? What would you say to that
I
comment?
think personally, what other option does he have but to actually look into academy? There's no one else to play. He's only got Evans, one fit centre back. That's the only player he's got who can play in that centre back role. And personally, you would have thought maybe you can play Luke Shaw at left, at left centre back, and he can have a decent, he can do a decent job there. But if you move Luke Shaw to centre back, then who deals with Kudus? Reguilon cannot deal with Kudus. There's no way he deals with Kudus. So I think Ten Hag is very short on options. He has to play Luke Shaw at left back. There's no other option but to. He has to play an academy player in that centre back position because you've got 4 centre backs actually out right now. Evans is 5th choice and he's starting for us.
And also, the last time Luke Shaw played at centre back, I didn't think he had a great game.
Yeah, because the thing is, for Luke Shaw to actually work as a centre back, he needs Varane or Martinez playing alongside him, or a person like a Lindelof who knows how to make the interceptions at the right time. When it comes to Evans and when it comes to Maguire, they're not those sort of players who can complement Luke Shaw as a centre back. I think Varane can offer that role. I think even Lindelof to a certain limit can offer that role, but Maguire and Evans cannot do that. And as far as McTominay is concerned, personally, I would have started Amrabat or even Eriksen because I think even with Eriksen, he has that sort of discipline because he knows that he doesn't have the pace to actually make up for the counter attack. So he positions himself quite well in that midfield. But I think that midfield is still. I think Menu will have a lot of work to do today on the pitch.
I get a lot of people are questioning, throwing a youngster right in there into the mix, but sometimes that makes or breaks a player. I remember under Van Gaal when I think it was even James Wilson wasn't available as a striker, so Marcus Rashford got his debut.
Yeah,
and then went on. I mean, he's been shit this season, but I mean, obviously Marcus Rashford and Man United's had a relatively successful career. So, you get an opportunity, if he grabs it, you look at it and you're like, right, that's another centre-back who we can have in the mix there. He could, who knows, this kid could, go right to, he's 6'3", someone just put in the chat. He's obviously decent enough to throw in the first team, so it's either make or break it or swallow you up as a player, or, he might have a really good performance.
I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing, because if he does have a decent performance today, maybe he gets a run of games. Maybe he's someone who is considered in Ten Hag's plan going forward into this season, and if he, I think one thing is this, performance today, whatever he does, it will have major implications on our signings moving forward, even in the January window itself.
Oh, of course.
Because
academy graduate as well.
Exactly.
So it's always important with.
Yeah. So would you want to be going in for another centre back when you've got a homegrown talent already in there who is performing well? But if he doesn't, then it, I think, creates a big void, and then maybe you can say that his career might actually not be blossoming at United. So it's a big ask for him. Either way, I think it will have massive implications.
Absolutely. The more worrying thing, Connor, is the injuries as well, isn't it? Like I think Sam just mentioned in the chat there. 4 injured centre backs at the moment. No Lisandro Martinez, no Harry Maguire, no Lindelof, no Varane as well. Like, how crazy is that? And our season in general, just with injuries.
I think when you look at our interest in the defence, it's just a bit of a karma, isn't it? We didn't manage to get another good centre back in when we needed one in the summer. If we got a Debo or someone,
Kim and Jay.
That could, Kim and Jay, which is the most obvious choice that we all wanted. And I think Ten Hag, that was his first choice too, and we just failed to get that. So I think that's really bit on the arse now, and it's we're having to throw so many youngsters into the team, which puts more pressure on them when I bet it maybe probably knew like the night before, but he probably was like, Jesus, I'm starting. It's like, what? It's like crazy, isn't it? So, I mean, Ten Hag was, so it's like, Ten Hag must know Kambwala to put him in today out of Bennett and all that, because, I would have thought Bennett would have been playing instead, if that's the case, but hopefully, he knows something that with Kambwala that can add something to that defence, and, if he does well, then hopefully he'll get more opportunities as well. So obviously with the transfer window coming about, we're very unsure about the movement side. Obviously, Jay and Sancho, we also know probably the obvious one, but Varane is a big question mark into it in regards to his future as well. So it's one of them.
You mentioned Sancho there. I want to talk about the attack. I want specifically Antony in a minute. Just going to read out a few stats. Man United have won every single 12:30 kickoff they have played under Eric Ten Hag. So whether you want to take that as whether that's a curse going into this, because these kind of stats always come out. We also have a Christmas message from Eric Ten Hag saying Merry Christmas for all. I hope it was a wonderful year for everyone, but make sure on Christmas you are around your loved ones and you share the similar feelings with each other. And then going into a new year, hopefully for everyone, I wish everyone all the best, a lot of luck, a lot of satisfaction especially, but keep healthy and most importantly, look after each other. I wish you a lot of luck today, Eric, because that team... If you come away with the result today, fair play. We are 1 point ahead of West Ham, by the way. So if we lose this game, Treyas,
we can drop to ninth. Ninth we drop to.
How worrying is that?
Yeah, I think if we win, we go up to 6th. If we lose, we drop to 9th. So I think once again, this season it's been very competitive, and I think any team who goes on a run of even 3 consecutive wins can find themselves in the top 4 or top 5. So I think we are lucky in a way because we are still in contention of actually, getting something in, this season. Even if things don't go, in our favor in this game, I think we've still got a lot of time to actually make things right. We still got, players coming in, our first choice players coming in. And the thing is, Manchester City have an incredible team, an incredible bench as well. But they've got De Bruyne out and Rodri out, and Pep hasn't been able to, play the way that he wants to. We've seen them struggling against, teams like Luton Town as well. Ten Hag has had like 27 or 28 injuries this season in total. So the fact that we're even still in this position, I think we are very, very lucky. I just hope that, he is able to spot out some of the, I would say big gaps and big question marks in this team, like McTominay, giving players like Amrabat a chance, or even now that Eriksen is in, I think Eriksen will be used massively in this game in the second half. So I just really, really want to see his players actually being on the pitch, and the players who were, being shown, the door out during the summer. I just want them not to be given as much of a role in this team as they're getting right now.
Yeah. Well, the hardest thing in football is scoring goals, isn't it? Like, you got to think.
Thank you.
That front three. We've got a delivery man at the door there.
Yeah.
God has got a live delivery. Hopefully the strikers can deliver some goals today, because that front three, Treyarch, oh my God. Antony, I saw a stat about Antony the other day. I think he hasn't scored or got an assist in I can't remember how long
9
it was.
months.
I'm sure it's is it 9 months? Was that what it was?
9 months.
Unbelievable. And like I said, the hardest thing is scoring goals. Hoyland, no Premier League goals. Antony, no
Premier League goals. I really need to check what his last goal was.
When does it kick in? When do these players start scoring? Do you think ever this season?
I expect Hoyland maybe. Eventually Hoyland starts scoring, because I think once Casemiro comes back, I think we know that Casemiro will be starting. I think and if Casemiro comes into the lineup and maybe Eriksen and Mount coming in as well, I think that Hoyland will still have chances. The wingers are a completely different situation. I don't expect Rashford to kick on anytime soon. And I think there will be big decisions on him as well moving forward into the next season. Antony, I hope he gets it right, because we've invested a lot of money in him. So if he's not able to get it right, it will be a big, big failure on our part. Garnacho, I think, is still a very, very young player. He's coming through the ranks of the academy. I think he's got a lot of talent, and I think he has a very high ceiling, but it will still take time. I don't expect Garnacho to be springing in with goals and assists and getting 20 or 25 goal contributions by the end of the season. I think even if he starts firing, it will be max 10, max. And I think once our midfield actually gets sorted, I expect Hoyland to start firing eventually. But except that, I'm not really, optimistic. At all about our winger situation.
I'm waiting for that geezer to come out when Hoyland scores. You all know that one on Twitter. I'm still waiting. I make it number 1 as well. Let Hoyland score today and make that guy number 1. Be absolutely fucking buzzing for him.
The big question mark though is why when we've got Mount and Eriksen back in the team, it's where do we put Mount? Because it's that right wing position is wide open. So could we try Mount on that side? Because I feel like if you put Mount where McTominay or Mania would be, it's kind of we've struggled with that already. So it's kind of How do you fit all these in?
In theory, it would work in terms of, because Eric Ten Hag likes really hard-working wingers to the point where they're almost like wing-backs. So in that sense, it would, because Mason Mount's a very hard-working player. But when you need to beat a man 1v1, Ante doesn't do this, to be fair enough, but he does it sometimes. When you need to beat a man 1v1, I'm not sure if Mason Mount's that kind of... I think it has to fit in systematically in a sense where... Because he played on the right-hand side under Tuchel, but that system was completely different. He had a bit more cover with the back five and the wing-back. And then, so, I don't know. It could work. I won't be opposed to seeing it, because how much worse can you do than Anthony, right? And he's not got a goal or assist, so you literally can't do any worse. The thing is, I forgot Mount existed. I literally, every time I mentioned injuries,
he's a number 7. He's a number 7.
And then someone goes, Mount, and I go, who? Oh, yeah, shit, yeah, that, like 60 million quid signing that we made in the summer, like, how could I forget about him?
Anthony's last goal was on 16th April against Nottingham Forest last season.
Is that in the cup or the league?
In the league. In the
league. I can't even remember that. I don't think I can remember that.
Yeah, 16th April.
Yeah. There's a comment here on Marcus Rashford from Ten Hag, Connor, saying he's training well. It can always be better, but I think it's such an experienced player. He's mid-20s, but he's a very experienced player, and he knows how top football works. He knows he has to take the responsibility, and I'm sure he will do that, and he will line up himself. You've got to be thinking, how can a player who had a season like he did last season and play like this season? The contrast is mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I was saying to that to Shiraz off camera. It's crazy how you can have one of the best scoring seasons of your career, and then you'd think that would be a huge confidence booster to try and kick on this season and try and hit the same or even do a bit better. But it's just the same thing with Rashford. He's if he's not high on confidence, he's just not useful in this team at all. I don't know why it goes through these patches, because usually a player, if they hit their best figure the season before, they would usually kick on and they'll do even better, or they'll just be more consistent. But the consistency is the issue with Rashford, and we know he's a senior player now as well. It's not like he's just come through the academy like Garnacho is and all that. You can expect that from Garnacho or any young player that would feature in the team that are just coming through, because it's they've not been around the team as much. But it's like with Rashford, he's been in this team for years now, so it's kind of like there's no excuses with
Absolutely.
that side. It's just a mentality issue, I think, with Rashford, because it's like there was questions when he was doing his political side. Is his heart was in the game still and whatnot? Was he focusing too much on that side? And now it's like, and then you see him have that season, and it's like, where's that gone? And it's just like, is there something going on where it is affecting him and he's just not enjoying it as much? Or, is he just fed up with how how United has been over the years, where it's like he's just not enjoying himself at United? I can't get my head around Rashford.
Shreyas, I don't know if you've seen the interview with Nicky Butt about Rashford. Have you seen it?
A clip, one clip of it.
Yeah, where he's talking about he just does not seem happy. I've said this loads of times.
Yeah.
After when he plays, he doesn't look like he enjoys it, does he? He has this he has a face on him. He seems to just be gloomy, and it's if you've loved football all your life, and if I brought a fucking alien down from another planet and said that is happy, even he would know. No, it's fucking not, because he's on the pitch and he's like that. He doesn't look happy at all. Do you think it is maybe something personal life, or do you think it's just naturally a purple patch player?
I think whatever it is, I think you can say that he's a purple patch player, and I agree with that to a certain extent. I do, but I still think that if a player is not playing as well, there must be a limit as to how low he can actually go. And with Rashford, I think the thing is he's not even getting the basics right, at all. He's not even getting the basics right. A 19-year-old in Garnacho has taken his place off his team. And when Garnacho isn't a player who is bringing you goals and assists every single game, so that speaks a lot as to how much Rashford has regressed this season. I think definitely maybe there is something going on in his personal life, and he's not able to get his head straight. It is very much possible, and it can have an effect on his performances as well. But I think we still expect a lot from Rashford, and considering that this team this season was built pretty much around him, with the way we've got the players in, with the way we play now, it is much more suited to the wingers. And that's why I think this season we've created, the most of the chances we created, it's been for the wingers. And because they've been so inconsistent and they've not been getting even the basics right, we have not been able to actually score goals. And I think once again, whatever the reason is that he's not able to play as well, I think would we want an inconsistent winger to be playing for us season after season, being given that first choice role? It will, I think, Rashford, there is a big decision to be made about him because you've
Yeah.
still got players available in the market. And I think in the coming season, you'll have a much, quality wise, a greater market when it comes to wingers. So a decision needs to be made on him.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Sam saying there's an echo on my end. Does it sound like that to you guys at all?
Not, no.
No, right. So I'm going to plug my mic in for the predictions. Sorry,
Sure,
and a few more
sure.
questions. Before we do that, Connor, talk to me about Garnacho. Talk to me about Bruno Fernandes as well, because obviously he missed the game against Anfield. So he's actually had a bit of a break now for once, because the kid never ever gets a break. Do you think he might be revitalised, come back into this? And if you're going to need the supply line, it's going to have to come through Bruno Fernandes in that regard.
Yeah, we need Bruno to mainly be around that attacking midfield area to try and supply Højlund as much as we can. But I think that's going to be limited as well today due to the lineup. So I think he will be around the pitch at some points to try and help out. But he has had a game off now, so he should be. He's the freshest player we've got playing there today. So we hope that he can put in a good captain performance and not one of those little, where he goes a bit missing or he struts about or throws his hands in the air. We just need him to be our captain today and do a job. But I think we're going to show, we hope that he can also help out Bruno in that situation, because I feel like Anthony's not going to do much. I can't see Anthony doing anything in this game other than try and beat people, then stop, and that's it. I think crossing wise, we're relying on Bruno or Shaw or Buddy Garnacho try and get Højlund in. Well, that's going to be the key for Bruno to be in those areas where we need it. I feel like we're not going to have too many opportunities either. So I feel like those moments where we need Bruno to be on it, he needs to find. Obviously Højlund needs to make the right runs and all of that, but we don't have a problem with that because he's capable of doing that. So it's how many chances we're going to have against West Ham, and it's when we have those chances, how clinical we're going to be with them.
I think the leaders in that team would be really important today. I look at Evans, although a lot of people were slagging it off for signing him on a 1-year deal, which I understood to a certain point, but he's actually been fucking really important. Because imagine if we hadn't brought Johnny Evans in today, Jesus Christ, I don't know who would have been, but it would have been like Amrabat and Kambwala. It would have been just nuts. So having him in was a smart move, if anything, from Erik ten Hag, in my personal opinion, because you obviously saw the heavy schedule, etc. And then Bruno in that midfield is going to be thinking, because McTominay can go missing in these kind of games. Mainu's only young. And then the front three is no experience as well either. So I don't know. I am slightly worried. The more and more I think about it, the more the closer I get towards kickoff, the more I'm like, I don't know. I think let's just do score predictions, because I was going to make mine then. But let's see how everyone's feeling now. After we've spoke about everything in depth, how do we feel?
1-0 to West Ham.
And how will that goal come about, do you think?
Bowen will burst through the center.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Bowen will burst through the centre.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was going to be more added
We
on
don't
to that.
even have the players to actually do something in the middle to actually stop him. Just burst through and score. That's it.
Yeah. Chivet is in the chat saying, is Varane injured?
No, he's
ill. He's ill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's not injured. He's just ill. But Kambwala, it's your day today. So if you think,
Yeah.
Right, let me read out some comments. Lucky Singh, Nick, we have to get a result. Do you? We have to get a result? I don't get that. I don't understand. No idea what that means. But yeah, I'll just go with yeah. Yeah, we do. Connor, score prediction.
I'm going to say a draw. I think 1-1. I can see it being open at times. Obviously, Bowen or Kudus will probably get a goal. That's certain. I think we'll probably get a scuffy goal somehow. Whoever it will be. Hopefully, Højlund will get a goal. because we really need it.
I'm still waiting. I'm having that on the soundboard. If he scores, that's going on repeat, mate, when we go live.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be difficult, but hopefully we'll get results somewhere.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Right, so Shreya's gone with a loss. Connor has gone with a draw, which I think probably most realistic. But I'll have to go with a win then, won't I, if you two have done that, because then we've got an all. Well, at least one of us is right then, in that sense.
Yeah.
So I will go, hey, let's go, buddy. Let's go. Invite him on, man.
She's on the parcel.
Ask him for a score prediction and see what they're saying.
What do you reckon what do you reckon the score will be today? Yeah, what do you reckon the score will be?
We're going to win.
2-0 West Ham, apparently.
Oh, no. Yeah, you know what? They're probably right. They're probably right, to be honest. No. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but I'm going to go with a 2-0. I'm going to go with a 2-0 United. I think we win. Yeah, I'll be positive. Yeah. Kambwala. Well, 2-1. 2-1. No, hold on. 2-1.
Yeah,
2-1.
clean sheet is a big ask.
Yeah, no. West Ham's going to score for sure. Kudus, Bowen, Paqueta, one of them. Or Souček from a Ward-Prowse set piece. But I think Garnacho and Højlund score today.
Garnacho, no.
Yeah.
So,
Bicycle kick?
yeah. Right. Lumen is saying Mick. So first and foremost, my name's Nick, not Mick. Are my comments worthless like Rashford that you aren't reading them? What comment have I missed? Varane is because the comment you put is just stupid. So yeah, no, I'm not reading that out. Sorry, mate. Anyway, we're gonna win today. Charlie Malman says 3-0 West Ham. Lucky Singh's calling me Mick as well. My name isn't Mick, it's Nick. Not Mick like Mick Foley, like Nick, N, enunciate, yeah, Nick, just let everybody know. Right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Make sure you join us for the review after the game, because me and Sam will be live discussing the game in depth, as always, with our emotional caps on. And as always, as well, please do make sure you subscribe to Real Reds Talk. If you're new, you've just joined the stream and thinking, what the fuck's going on here? This is an authentic football channel for you lot, supporting Manchester United. So do subscribe. You leave a like on the video for us. I hope everyone enjoys the game and hope we don't get fucking battered, because I can't be arsed talking about that after it. So thank you to Connor. Thank you to Shreyas. Any final words?
Yeah, like you said, don't get battered. Yeah.
Okay. Connor, any final words?
Good luck to Kambwala on his debut, and hopefully it won't be as bad as we think it will be.
Okay. Well, yeah, always optimism from the lads there, and we'll leave it at that. Come on, United, let's go smash them. See you in a bit. Peace.
Yeah.